Hey, what's going on YouTube? Thank you for coming back to another episode of Scattered Brilliancy. My name is Travis, and I am here to review Married at First Sight Season 7, Episode 3, The Wedding Night. So, this is not going to be a long review. The first few episodes of Married at First Sight are all pretty much kind of the same thing. You know, they get married, you do the matchmaking special, you get married, and things don't really start picking up until you get maybe about 5 episodes in for the most part. So it's not a whole lot to talk about tonight. So we'll just kind of go through everything. One thing that I didn't do last week was I didn't do my predictions on who I think will make it and who I think won't make it. So, you know, last week I talked about the statistics for Married at First Sight success rate. So based on that and based on the couple's initial reactions together, I predict that Amber and Dave will stay married, will choose to stay married by the end of the season. I predict that Tristan and Mia will choose to stay married, and Danielle and Bobby will not choose to stay married. So those are my predictions, and they aren't based off anything in particular. Even though at the end of the day, I think all 3 couples will end up divorced. But, you know, just, you know, let's have some fun. Just make it seem like we have some hope. So it's the night after. They all stayed in some kind of cabin. I guess that had to do with where the weddings were held. So they were all in some kind of cabin. And like I said, it's not a lot to talk about. Amber and Dave, which are the older couple, they had a lot of chemistry. One of the notes I wrote was that he didn't bring his family to the brunch, and that kind of sent off some red flags for her, but he just wanted to explain to her that he has a close relationship with his groomsmen because they're the ones who he brought to the day after brunch instead of his family. So he looks at his groomsmen as family, so that's why he brought them. But she kind of felt a way about that because she didn't really understand why are you bringing them and not your parents. Danielle and Bobby, which are the younger couple, they, like I said, have chemistry just like everybody else. For them, I start to look at things that don't stand out a whole lot. And when I look at their dynamic, I feel like their maturity levels kind of come through a whole lot. And I don't know if it's because I know that she's older than him, but he still seems a little more immature compared to her. Not that he's immature, but just compared to her, he seems like he's not as mature as she is. And I think that that may come up a little bit later. I mean, they're 3 years apart, but I just can tell that she's older. Even if I didn't know their ages, I would still know that she was older just based off the way that they kind of interact with each other. He's still very, I say little boy-like, but obviously he's not a little boy, but I don't know if I'm making any sense. One thing I did notice that I wrote down was that the fact that there was a bowl of condoms there, and he said, they're all Magnums, and I'm not, and he stopped talking. I guess he was about to say he doesn't wear Magnums, and I guess he realized that wasn't an appropriate conversation to tell her or even to tell the whole world, but, you know, we knew what you were about to say anyway. But one thing I did also notice is that I guess the age situation for him didn't matter that much. You know, he was the one that didn't want to get married to an older woman. And she is 3 years older, like I said. But he hasn't, to my knowledge, said that that was an issue. TT was like all up in the way when I was trying to watch the video, when I was trying to watch the show. So I may be missing stuff. So let's talk about what it is that we're all here to talk about. Okay? Tristan and Mia. So last week, I'll get to that later. They have chemistry as well. We'll save that for last. They have chemistry as well. And he comes off a little bit as a cornball, but I guess he does that in a sense to make her more comfortable because what I get from her on TV is she's very reserved. And she does this thing kind of like Jepti. Like last year, I didn't put this in any of my videos, but Jepti had this nervous thing that he did where he didn't really open up his mouth. He was like, when he would talk, he was like, oh, like, what are you doing? Like he would talk like this, like he wasn't like moving anything. And she does something similar, like she opens her mouth a little bit more, but just not as big as Tristan opens his mouth, because he opens his mouth like way open. So she's like, oh my God, it's so nice to see you. Oh, he's such a nice guy, and I'm really interested to see where this is going. Let me know if anybody else notices that. So she looks really uncomfortable for the most part. But, you know, I guess that's because, you know, you're getting to know someone. It was nice of him to offer to sleep on the couch instead of sleeping in the bed, you know, to make her more comfortable. But, you know, we'll see where things go. Like I said, I'm going to predict they're going to stay together. But the thing that everybody's probably going to be talking about the most is how this episode ended regarding Tristan and Mia. And shout out to Mia's dad for coming through with that good word for everyone, talking about, you know, you can look at the front and the back of a book, but you're not really going to know what the contents of that book is until you get in there, you start flipping them pages. That's a word for y'all. I hope y'all was paying attention. But like I was saying, the thing that everybody's going to be talking about is how the episode ended with a to be continued. So all the couples were told by Dr. Jessica, who, side note, I just read that she's dating John from last season, allegedly. Dr. Jessica is dating John from last season's Married at First Sight. John is the one who was with Molly. He was the swole one. So I don't know, allegedly, I don't know if that's true, but that's that. But they're all going to Cancun, Mexico, and something that the show did last year that I thought was good was allowing the couples to spend time with each other and not keeping them separated. So I think that the show did a good job. I think that was a good idea, whoever's idea that was. But they're all going to Cancun, Mexico at the same time, that way they can spend time together just like the couples did last time. You know, the girls spent their time together and the guys spent their time together. But Tristan and Mia were unable to board their flight because Mia was detained. So last week, this article came out from Monsters and Critics, and I'm going to read to you what the article was about. The article has her mugshot. Tragic. So this is what the article says. Am I going to read the whole thing? Maybe I will. I'll probably skip through a little bit. It says, Married at First Sight bride Mia Bally was detained earlier this year after a warrant was issued for her arrest over a string of stalking claims and another of unauthorized use of a card. Monsters and Critics can exclusively reveal international airline recruiter Bally's mugshot picture after she was detained as a fugitive in March this year by officers from the Texas Department of Public Safety. They were acting on a felony warrant put out on her from Ococachita Parish Sheriff's Office in Louisiana over three charges of stalking her ex-boyfriend and one of unauthorized use of an access card. So they have the shot. Her real name is Amia, which is weird because I think they spell her name on the show M-I-A, but her real name is A-M-E-E-A. So I wonder, are they spelling her name differently because of all of this? Because it's out now, you know? Like, I wonder, is this... So anyway, that's, you know, that's... But anyway, she has 3 counts. Like I said, 3 counts of stalking and an account of unauthorized use of a card. Back to my anchor voice. Bally was taken to Tarrant County Jail where her mugshot was taken, but was released after Parrish declined to extradite her. Parrish is that word I just effed up earlier. It's Owishasha Parish. Parish, I don't know what that, I guess that's a city or a county or whatever. The sheriff's office confirmed to Monsters and Critics that the arrest warrant for Mia Bailey originated after her ex-boyfriend filed a complaint claiming that he was being harassed and repeatedly stalked by Bailey for several months after they split up during the Christmas period of 2016. On 4 different occasions, twice in 2017 and twice again in 2018, Mia's ex-boyfriend filed reports with the police department in Monroe, Louisiana. The first report was from June 27, 2017, where he complained to police that Mia kept showing up at his home and his place of employment and wouldn't leave him alone. While police were there taking the report, Mia showed up and was reportedly told by police to stop contacting her ex. Another report was filed on August 7, 2017, when police were called again. This time, Mia Bally's ex complained that she was back to calling and texting and had reportedly shown up at his home again. On January 4th, 2018, not long before Mia met and got married to Tristan on Married at First Sight, the ex-boyfriend logged another complaint with the Monroe Police Department. This time, it was reported that Bally allegedly texted her ex via Facebook on the day after Christmas, telling him that she'd got him a present. According to the police report, Bally had ordered an iPhone and 2 protection plans on Amazon, leaving her ex with the bill of $1,455.18, which he was able to recover. According to the police report, he was able to show proof of the charges and the Facebook messages to the officer responding to his call. Mia's last reported contact with her ex-boyfriend was on January 18th, when he called the Monroe Police Department again to lodge a complaint. This time, Mia had reportedly emailed her ex and asked to get back together, citing the fun times the pair had shared in the past. Her ex also told police on this occasion that what he had reported to them in the past was only a small portion of contacts Bally has attempted. At that point, the Monroe Police Department decided to take action and issue an arrest warrant for Mia Bally on February 6th before she was detained in Tarrant County, Texas in March. So what we saw at the end of that episode was probably when she was detained by police for this warrant that was put out due to all of these things that she was doing regarding her ex. That's some pretty deep thing. That's some pretty deep stuff, because it said the last... What was the last contact it said? Was that February? February, January, and you got married at first sight in March? You don't really seem to be over your ex, Mia. What's going on, Mia? Was it made of gold? Was it made of gold? We all know what I am talking about when I say was it made of gold, because it has to be made of gold to make a woman want to stalk you. Hello? Hello? I don't know, but I guess we shall see, right? Interesting. They're trying to start this season off with a whoosh, with whatever that was. So, yeah, that's how episode 3 of season 7 of Married at First Sight ended. Y'all let me know what y'all think about Amia's. Let me know what y'all think about Amia's arrest, her warrant, and all of this kind of stuff. She was hiding some secrets from old Tristan. That's what happens. You didn't want a dark-skinned girl. I'm kidding. Let me stop. All right. So, yeah, that's my review. Make sure y'all like, rate, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. You can follow me on Twitter at ScatteredB. I tweet every now and then. I need to get more in the habit of tweeting. And please let me know down in the comments what y'all think about Amia. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.